Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we are going to be looking at the brand new effect Knock 'em Dead 25-year edition by Peter Nardi and ALAKAZAM Magic. A wonderful card effect. I really like this. It is very good and I can't wait to talk more about it. So let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Perfect, so you decided to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Knock 'em Dead. Now, what is Knock 'em Dead? Knock 'em Dead is an impossible card prediction that has been in full view the entire time. So any card stopped at by the spectator will have been predicted beforehand by you. So that's essentially what the effect is, and I think a good way of explaining it is by doing a small performance. Now, I won't do the entire thing because the way I like to perform it is actually the way that Peter Nardi shows you in the live performance in the trailer, where he does contactless and then moves into Knock 'em Dead. So I won't be doing contactless here because I don't want to make this video too long, but essentially you would perform contactless or any other routine with a small wallet or anything that you want. So you would just perform that and then you'd have that on the table and you would just go on to Knock 'em Dead. So then you tell them that for what you're going to do next, it's a bit complicated, and if ever needs be, you're going to need some help in the form of some instructions just to guide you as to how to finish the trick, but hopefully you won't need any of that. So you tell them, first of all, what they're going to do is you're going to need a deck of cards, and it's going there's going to need to be, it needs to be 52 cards, not 53 or 54. Let me just make sure there's not another joker. There isn't. And of course, the spectator could take a look and see that all the cards are different as well. You would then give them the deck of cards in their hand, and then you would ask them to start dealing the cards face up just like this. And as they deal, you would tell them that whenever they want, they're going to stop. So whenever they want, they're going to stop. I'm even going to close my eyes and I'm just going to stop completely at random, so that it's a random choice. Let's say we're going to stop here. So you tell them, perfect. So you stop at any point now, and you're going to take the next card that we can't see and place it down to the table. Now, if you would have went one more, you would have had the ace of diamonds, maybe you'd had the two of spades, maybe the seven of clubs. You would have had a different card, right? No matter where you would have stopped, it would have been a different card. But you stopped exactly at that card right there. Completely free choice. You agree? They would say yes. And you tell them, you remember from the start I told you that this is going to work only with 52 cards, not 53, not 54, and I removed the joker. But that was actually a lie. It didn't matter if it was 53, 54, or heck, even 70 cards. But I just had to think of a reason to remove the joker because I had written my prediction on the joker from the entire beginning. From the first moment, there was a prediction on the joker that read, you will choose the 6 of hearts. And you stopped wherever you wanted, completely free choice. Can you turn over the card? And that is the 6 of hearts. And that's Knock 'em Dead by Peter Nardi. So that's a performance of the main effect. It is very good. And as you can see, I really enjoy performing this. And I think that a lot of people do like this as well. And now also it's a reset to go again, by the way. So yeah. That's essentially Knock 'em Dead. So having said that, let's talk about where you purchase this, how much does it cost, and what do you get. So you can buy this as of now currently exclusively at ALAKAZAM Magic for £25, which equates to around 35 US dollars and around 40 Canadian. If you want to purchase this and some other things as well from ALAKAZAM, there's a discount code for 10% down below. You can make sure to use that. And what you get with your purchase is this box. Inside of this box, you can hear the little rattle. There's the card for the tutorial. The tutorial is around 30-ish minutes long with Peter Nardi explaining to you everything that you need to know about this. It is relatively a simple trick to do. It's nothing really complicated. You get everything that you need. Well shot, well mic'd, well taught. Basically one watch through of the tutorial and you'll never have to go see the tutorial again. You'll be ready to go whenever. Even if in a year you haven't performed this, you'll remember immediately how it works. That's how instinctively this works. You're going to get the tutorial, and then you also get this deck of cards. So this, of course, is a gimmick deck of cards. You get that. So you get your special printed deck of cards that is kind of still examinable, right? The spectator deals through, they're the one dealing, they're the one doing everything. I've done live performances of this to actual people, and no one has ever suspected anything. So the deck is really well gimmicked. The box is gimmicked as well, and you get a few extra things additional that you can use to, that you need to do the effect with. You get those provided to you as well, and you also get explained how to make this in your own language, because as I mentioned, the prediction is in English, or if there's any other way the trick unfolds, the predictions are in English. So you do need, if you want, you can customize this in French, Spanish, English, German, whatever you want. Any language is going to work for this, and Peter Nardi tells you that in the tutorial. So that's what you get with this. So having said that, what is the difficulty of this effect? Well, this is extremely simple because you don't do anything. Like quite literally, you don't do anything. You take the deck out of the box, you give it to the spectator, and the spectator deals the cards on the table themselves, and that's it. And the effect works. So you do literally nothing. All you need to do is just reveal your prediction. And that's pretty much it. It's really, really simple in terms of method. It's really simple in terms of how it works. It's just a really well thought out effect that removes all of the pressure from you, lets the spectator do technically all of the work, and then you just literally, as the title says, you knock them dead when you reveal it, because the prediction has been in their face the entire time. This is not like a type of thing where you're like, and I forgot to tell you, but there's actually an envelope in my pocket with one card, or, oh, actually in my back pocket, I have here an envelope, right? It's not that type of trick. Everything is in full view the entire time. So when I was performing for you the trick, you saw everything that you needed to see. There was nothing in my pockets, nothing hidden. Everything that you needed to perform the effect was on the table, and that's it. So don't think that you have to like bring things from your jacket or whatever. You don't. So everything is laid out on the table for you to perform really, really well. So yeah, in terms of difficulty, super easy. Now let's move into practicality. So is this effect practical to perform? And I would say yes, but you do have to make sure you do know a few things before. So one, you will have to carry around this deck of cards with you for two reasons. One, because you need the card box, and two, because you need the actual special cards inside. So you do need to keep that in mind. You'll need to carry this around, and this is just a normal deck, a normal bicycle card box. So if you want to carry this like a workhorse, maybe put it in a clip, in a card clip, or take care of it. You don't want this getting ruined too fast. But then again, it's just a normal card box. You can just place the cards inside in another card box and go again. Or if ever in a few years you want to, this is relatively kind of cheap, so you can just purchase it again. Or once you know what this is, you can easily purchase the gimmick itself separately, and then just make your predictions regarding the gimmick that you're going to receive. So I just wanted to mention that as well, so you don't have to worry about keeping this like it's some kind of precious gem. You can easily get refills for this, or just buy the effect again, because it's not that expensive. So yeah, so additionally regarding practicality, you will need a table. Preferably you will need a table, and I do think it is better if you have a table so they can deal the cards there. But of course, if you've seen Craig Petty's video, you can have the spectator deal down in your hand, or you can have them deal down in another person's hand, or whatever. So you don't necessarily need a table, but I do think it is better with a table. Okay, I do think it's better with a table. Regarding as well angles, there's not any angles you really have to take care of here. It's pretty much 360 degrees. There's no angle problems here. Inspectability, I kind of already hinted this. There's not really anything they want to inspect in this routine. The reset as well, it's reset. So you literally saw me, I just took the card, placed it back, and placed the deck inside, put the joker, and we're good. So the reset is literally like 5 seconds, and it can be done in front of the spectator as you move from table to table. So I think I've covered all the bases of practicality. Let's go into where do you perform. So where would you perform this effect? I think this effect works pretty much anywhere. It can work parlor, it can work close-up, it can work cabaret, it could work table to table, it could work coffee shops, bars, anywhere. You could literally do this anywhere. So as long as you have your deck and what you need, you are good to go, right? So pretty much performance-wise, I won't tell you too much because you can pretty much perform this anywhere. Now moving on to the positives and negatives. What are the positives? What are the negatives of Knock Dead? So this doesn't have many negatives, but I will mention maybe just one of them. So maybe one of the negatives about this is the fact that to justify something that happens in the routine, you may want to perform something like contactless or an effect beforehand, right? You don't need to, but I think performing something like contactless beforehand and then just leaving this on the table like that makes more sense than just you removing this from your pocket, leaving it there and starting the trick. Of course, you can justify it, and I think more knowledgeable magicians understand what I'm saying here, but yeah, you will have to maybe justify a certain thing a bit more than you have anything else in the routine, but I think there's a lot of ways you can justify it, and even if you don't, I think it's not that unnatural to just place maybe your phone on the table or something like that. I don't think that's much of an issue, but it could be an issue to some, and I did want to mention that from the get-go. Apart from that, I have no negatives with this. So what are the positives? The positives are it's super easy to do. The effect really floors people. They have no way to backtrack. They've been handling the cards. They've been dealing. They had the choice to change their mind. They did everything. There's no way to backtrack. It's fooling. It's direct. It's such a good effect. It feels examinable. It feels like they've examined the deck. It feels everything feels so natural. It really is good. It's also easily reset. It's also angle proof. You can also do this from table to table. It's going to be a different outcome. Not at every single table, but you're going to have the possibility for different outcomes. So if ever a few people talk, they're not all going to have the same outcome. So it is a really, really good effect. And as you can tell, I really, really like this. And this is something that I'm going to be using 10,000%. Like, I'm going to be using this. So having said that, would I recommend Knock 'em Dead? And what would I rate out of 10? Would I recommend it? And my answer is yes. Plain and simple. If you do card magic, if you like what you saw here, if you like what you saw on the trailer, on other reviews online, so Craig Petty or anyone else you've seen, if you saw the Penguin Magic performance of this, just buy it. You will not be disappointed. You are going to love this effect. I highly recommend it. Even if you're a magician or mentalist, I recommend this completely, especially even as a mentalist, you don't really do anything here, right? So it's great. It's just such a good effect. I have highly recommended. I'm going to rate Knock 'em Dead by Peter Nardi a 9.5 on 10. A great effect. It really is great. I do highly recommend it. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any additional questions as always, or just to leave some informative comments. Make sure to leave them down below. That's it for me, and I'll see everyone in my next review. Bye.